So, what I see a lot of the times is when people get married, they actually been set up to get married. They don't know it, right? They didn't have a choice in the matter. Okay. Apparently, prearranged marriages are not just for Indians. So we out here, we doing this in America, and I had no clue. I had absolutely no clue that this is what we do as black people, white people, Caucasians, whatever, Mexicans. I had no clue that we practice this. I thought this was just like a thing, in India or those nations over there where they do that. But then I get here and I'm like, my whole life been set up for prearranged marriage, and I'm just trying to figure out how. You know what I mean? No consent. Nobody even talked to me about it. God was the one that was telling me. Nobody said, hey, you know. You ever considered this? Nobody even asked me what I wanted. Okay, that's how crazy it is. Like a lot. Okay, so we're gonna skip over my life. So a lot of these people, they're being set up to be married, right? And what happens is, and they do this because they're sabotaging the person, and they're sabotaging their life. They think about the long haul. They not think about right now. So what happened? You'll see. I'm gonna go with a man this time because I'm always speaking about women. I'm hard on women, and I do this for a reason. But they have a man. So you have a man. Maybe he's a wholesome man. A servant of God or whatever, and then all of a sudden they send this beautiful. I'm talking about celebrities as in this example. So they would send this beautiful woman to him, who probably had a past life, had a bad life, right? Who used to be in that life. And then she cleaned herself up from this man because apparently he was a servant of God and he rubbed off on her to make it and made her want to change her life, right? Okay, so then she gets around him and she changed her life. So now she dressed different. She do a completely different makeover to where she's dressing all nice and wholesome and beautiful. And now she's changed her life. She's given her life over to God. And it's so good because this man helped me to change my life. And he introduced me into these things. Now, what happens is they go into their life, their marriage, maybe 2, 3, 4 years down the road. It don't take long. Trust me, it's prearranged marriage. So it's not going to take long. What happens is that woman, she break bad. Okay, this servant of God now got a woman on the red carpet who got her whole behind and breasts and everything out on the red carpet. But he a servant of God. He's supposed to be a preacher or whatever it is, or X, Y, and Z. But in the beginning, he was duped. He was tricked. Okay, so he thought in his mind he can't separate the two. In his mind, all he can see is this girl was innocent when I first got to her. She was real nice and real sweet, and she dressed like this and this and that. So his mind is forever focused on that. That's why it's important for you to be on your best behavior when you're meeting somebody. The first introduction is what they will always keep in their mind. That's why people are always trying to sabotage somebody's reputation, because what they know first impact is what they keep. So now he thinking, this is the woman that I married, but the woman that I married is no longer, but I'm going to hold on to her in the beginning.